Greetings, TheWarOwl greets you, and welcome to the CSGO Matchmaking Academy, where you are the star for all the wrong reasons. But we're gonna figure out what those reasons are and help you become a better player at Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Our first demo here is submitted by Gvazdas. He is a distinguished Master Guardian playing with a pre-made team of 5. He specifically wanted help on how to deal with AWPers on Inferno, as well as the pistol rounds. Oh, no. So let's find out what went wrong there and see how he can improve. Pistol round. Many say the most important round in the game. Why is that? Because you get the momentum right off the bat into the game. So it is a very important round for both teams. Inferno is a little bit counter-terrorist sided, so a win by T's is very significant for them. Counter-terrorists do a good job here. They send 2 players middle. They're able to hold it down, and while this is going on, look at that pick there by a Lucky. They move 2 players down the banana, catch the crossfire, and catch these terrorists off guard. Mistake here by the terrorists is not watching a banana for that push. So 2 players at middle with the bomb, and right now, this is a critical point in the game. Counter-terrorists have bomb control. There it is at middle. That's a difficult position to get to. Look at all the places counter-terrorists can hide. Counter-terrorists can take advantage of that defensive advantage, force the last terrorist left, there's only 1 versus 4, to have to push them. There's no reason for this player to save. Well, he has that armor, so he may want to save. But, I mean, at the same time, there is no reason to do what the counter-terrorists do next. And that's full-out rush the guy. Alright, they have intel now about where he is. They should have fallen back, should have pulled off. Instead, they continue to engage, they continue to push, they just charge him, even to the extent of running up behind him and trying to knife him. That's our hero there. And yeah, that all definitely could have been avoided. When you have bomb control, take that advantage. In Counter-Strike Global Offensive, if you have a strategic advantage, which is a positional advantage, a time advantage, or in this case, bomb control, use that advantage to win. Don't just charge the opponent like that, even if you know where he is. Fall back, regroup, and sort of make him come to you. It's always better to be on the defense. A wise man once said, defense is the best defense. Let's check out our second pistol round here, since Gvazda wanted to learn a little bit more about the pistol rounds and what you're supposed to do on them. Alright, terrorists are going to be doing a push B. Here they come, and yes, we have a lot. We have a lot to discuss here because that engagement was embarrassing for all parties involved. Alright, at this point, counter-terrorists were not able to penetrate B. There's only 1 pick. They have 2 players actually pushing up middle at this time. Actually, 1 player, that's going to be Zukas, very low on health. They have this bomb here. Bomb has been shown. Now, terrorists make the right call here. Let me be critical on that. They make the absolute right call. It is a possible strategy that they should have done. All of these counter-terrorists rotated over, assuming it was a full B rush. So they actually have a lurk player in the form of Zukas moving in from the behind. And that's a negative. That is a positive, sir. Correct. And they wait. Alright, so now is the time they could actually push. They could smoke off here, push into the site, 1 guy to deal with. They're taking their time. They're actually making some noise, though, as well. Counter-terrorists moving back. They have 3 players at A, though, so they still have done a good job with this strategy. So what eventually goes wrong? Well, they do get shot. Oh, there's bomb out in the open. Apparently the player was peeking with the bomb. Well, that's a big no-no. Ice trying to hold it off, grabs a headshot, goes down from the flank. Hard to hold everywhere with just 1 guy. Let's hop in game and check this out a little bit further. Alright, so here we are at Banana. We've made it up here. We've broken through the first line of defense. I've got the bomb. I'm not going to peek. That is just a sort of a quick recap there. Do not peek with the bomb. They'll see it. They'll get that precious intel about where the bomb is. And if they shoot you, the bomb is now down. They have a huge advantage. I mean, there was a guy sort of sitting here watching the flank. Give it to him. If he doesn't exist, just drop the bomb and then pick. You can always just go pick it up like that. And then you're back into this thing. So, big thing. Never peek with the bomb. That's sort of I don't see a situation where that would be useful unless you're trying to give them a false tell about where the bomb is. Like, I don't know, show the bomb and then run back with it. Either way, First round, I mean, some players on your team should buy armor, most definitely. But some should also buy nades and flashes. So here's the smoke grenade. All I have to do, I mean, yeah, you can throw it up like that, but I'm not going to, you know, I'll probably mess it up. I messed it up even when I lined it up, man. So yeah, you just throw that smoke down here. Right there. Block off players coming from CT spawn. You can also use these flashes to smoke to flash into the site. There's a number of different vantage points, so you can hit all kinds of different types of folks. And just one player purchasing instead of armor, getting those the smoke and flashes, could have allowed them to win this round. Because the flashes would have affected the player inside of the site, smoke would prevent the players from CT from helping, and then the three of them could have pushed in, killed the player, planted the bomb for the win. Of course, the quick thing about shooting with the pistols. This is big. Don't spray. Pistol is a one-hit headshot. Go for that critical headshot. Tap it. Go back and forth. Shoot when you're changing accuracy, so that the shot goes exactly where you want it to. You're doing movement. You're getting accurate shots. You're avoiding fire. You're not just spraying like this. Very important on pistol round, because it's a one-hit kill to the head. One-hit headshot. Always go for that headshot, guys. This last round I'm going to show is sort of going over his questions about how to deal with oppers. And you'll see a variety of things that went wrong here that lead up to Gvada's eventual demise. And yeah, as you see, terrorists are actually ahead at this point. He just wanted me to point out some of the rounds where he had some trouble to where he could improve, which is definitely the right attitude to have. Thank you very much for this demo. All right, so at this point, terrorists have already made a fatal mistake. And their lurk player Zukas is running with them at alternate middle. Nobody's watching banana. This is going to, I mean, look at this. All of these terrorists, we'll show it from this screen. Every single terrorist is going alternate middle. This is bad. This opens up this entire map. Counter-terrorists can push through, take position all around here. This is scary. They can even go through the underpass. They could come from 3 different crazy ways behind them to flank them. They can take complete mid control as well during this time. They could also have apartments. They could have everything except for this tiny little area where the terrorists are right now. Generally, you're going to leave 1 or 2 players back here to watch banana or even to play banana. You see that smoke? This will allow terrorists to have sort of vision right here, stand here so that the op player middle could not hit them. So this is the player they're having trouble dealing with. That's the opper. As we see now, he's doing sort of what a standard opper would do on this map. He's peeking middle, waiting for any of them to go at banana. Nobody's there, so this is going to allow these counter-terrorists to move down. So that's their sort of first mistake here. Always leave that player to make sure that that can't happen, because now mid-control goes to counter-terrorists. That's huge. Anybody trying to peek mid is dead. And the reason that Gvazdas died, and you'll see it pretty shortly here, as he's about to peek. So he's about to peek here. The opera is no longer at middle. He's rotated around. This is sort of an abnormal place for an opera to go. Normally they're going to go to library or they're going to stay there at the archway. He just ran all the way around and they stacked 3 players on the boiler side. And I think they did that because of the smoke there that the terrorists threw. So here comes Gvazdas. He's peeking. He's looking. Oh, there's the opera. And he goes down. So obviously he didn't shoot properly to hit them. He stood there, sort of looked around for a bit as well. When you're coming out of this corner, you generally just want to peek it, maybe pre-shoot it really quickly. But at the same time, you don't want to just run out. You don't want to just absolutely go out there without any nades or flashes or anything like that. Also, he had nobody helping him out. I'm going to hop into game and walk around and show you the different angles so you can get a better idea, or I can explain it a little bit better when I'm actually in-game walking around. So here we are in-game in the same position where our buddy was. We had smoke down here. So there's sort of, you can feel safe even running out here. Nothing's going to hit you, but that's not what he's going to do. He's going to peek this position right here, which is an okay position to peek. If you think there's a guy there, you can just shoot like immediately as you come around the corner, just like that. He did peek here, was able to get by, then checked the next obvious positions like this. But then he sort of stayed here and looked around. At this point, it's not going to help you to stay here like this and hold this position. There could have been a player hiding right back here, which is a very common spot. The AWPer eventually did come from this position, so he wants to know how to deal with that. The first thing I would say is the whole rest of the round and not having mid control. That's huge to dealing with this, because you generally don't want to push where you're the only player running out with no smokes, no flashes, no covers, or anything like that. You never want to put yourself in a fair fight. I like to say that a lot. In Counter-Strike, never try to put yourself in a fair fight. So the smoke right here prevented anybody from middle helping out at this boiler side. So coming out here, he's going to be alone. If he is going to be alone, he really has to pull out there. Obviously, you can throw like a pop flash. That wasn't a very good one, but you get the idea. All in all, I mean, the problem wasn't that the guy had an AWP. It was that they didn't have this mid control. So they should have let that smoke clear if they wanted to go this way. Then when you move up middle, you have one player on each side. One on this side, and here you go. You got a crossfire. One player from boiler, watching right here. Another player from middle watching right here. And then generally you're going to have another player right here. And then you're going to push out middle at the same time. You can smoke off this area if they want to push the right side. Or they can smoke off right here if they want to push out the left side. They didn't really do it, you know, very strategically as a team. And that's something that I think these guys need to work on there. Big thanks to Gvadas for sending this in, allowing us to deconstruct his play there with his team so that we could all learn something. Galileo once said, "You cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him find it within himself." So basically, you're gonna have to learn it. Nobody can teach you. You have to make it happen. So we've talked a lot about what not to do. That's no fun. Let's get in owl vision. I'm TheWarOwl, and I still have no closer.